Want to get your hands on some sports cards?
Hell yes!
You're in the right place.
Good morning.
Is everybody ready?
Welcome to the weekly Target Watch on Schultz's Card Pull.
Yeah, what is up, sports fans? It is Tuesday, March 8th, and it is bright and early. We got about 4 minutes or so to the hot zone, 3:56 a.m. Pacific time, 6:56 East Coast time. If it really seems like or looks like I'm tired, it's because I am, you guys. Got in very, very late last night, just after 11, opened the door to our house at about 4 or 5 minutes after 11 o'clock last night with the suitcases, getting into home from a trip with the wifey from Hawaii. She was there for a couple of days for work, and we decided to extend it a couple of days. So, back in action, ready to go, hoping for a restock of sports cards on Target.com, though, nevertheless. How y'all doing, everybody? A lot of people talking about that we are due for a big week. Let's hope so. Let's hope that we are due for a big week. Tyler says, Schulte, what's going on, man? How are you guys? Condurance says, Charles, just stay away from rookies and stars. Trust me. I don't know, guys. Those longevity boxes for rookies and stars seem to be pretty banging, and I do have my rookies and stars longevity boxes coming out this week. Ripped in a video. Excited to show y'all what I hit. One of the boxes was absolute fire, so I think that the longevity boxes are pretty crazy. Oh, somebody said that we can't hear him. Sorry about that, guys. I think my mic was just turned a little low. That's why. There we go. Brian says, can't hear you sound. I got my earpiece on, so I know that I'm, talking, and that, I am able to be heard, but somebody wasn't wrong mentioning maybe my mic needed to turn up. So anyways, guys, sorry about that. We are about 2.5 minutes away from the hot zone here on Schulte's Card Pulls on Target.com. Last week, huge restock. Only 3 items, but super, super fat restock, you guys. Mosaic Basketball Megas, Mosaic Football Hangers, and Mosaic Football Cello Packs. Limit 3, and a lot of people were able to score those because they were a limit of 3. And then turning around into the Mosaic Hangers limit of 5, which had a ton. I mean, I think it was over 100,000 hangers, so people were able to get a bunch of those as well. And then the Mosaic Basketball Megas, not nearly as many of those, but there was a chance for a lot of people to score those manually as well. Ben says, happy Tuesday, Schultz. How you doing, buddy? Brian says, good now. 718S says, nah, we here. Turning my mic up, making sure everybody can hear me. Good stuff. Drew Schumann says, what up, Schulte? Good morning, West Coast gang. Hit that like button. Appreciate it, you guys. Smash that like button. Helps me feed 2 kitties named Pikachu and Eevee outside. Right now, they are so happy that mommy and daddy are home. Goodness gracious. Cello packs are a hard pass for me, talking about Mosaic Football Cellos. The Collector says, good morning, buddy. Yeah, appreciate you, The Collector. Good morning to you, too. I'm not sure. I think the jury's still out on the Mosaic Football Cellos for me. I mean, I opened a box of those. I've got that video coming out shortly as well, but just I feel like I have to open a few more. I guess maybe a full box is a good judge, and maybe I'm just being crazy since I thought I got some decent hits out of mine, but I don't know. You guys be the judge. Actually, no, never mind. The box of Mosaic Football Cellos, that already came out on the channel. Gosh, I'm tired. My apologies, guys. All right, we are seconds away from the hot zone on Target.com. So 4 to 4:50 if y'all are new to Schulte's Card Pulls. If y'all are new to restocks on Target.com, we're looking for a 50-minute window, which just started right now, guys. 4 a.m. Pacific time, a 50-minute window that Target usually restocks in the mornings. They've been doing stuff pretty much every other Tuesday, although I would not be surprised, you guys. I know they're going to change it up at some point. I truly believe that they will be going either a different day of the week or doing weekly restocks again. Some kind of change up that we're not expecting because, like I've said before, as soon as you get comfortable with the Target restocks and as soon as you get comfortable with the day and you kind of plan how they're doing it, they change it up and they totally mess with us. So Brian says, hot zone, drop zone, baby. Heck yeah. Charles559 says, do we know when Prism is supposed to drop? Oh my goodness, Charles559. That was actually one of the things that I was thinking about as far as stories in the hobby. We've still got so many football cards from 2021 to come out, including Prism football, you guys. At this point, I believe we're looking at April. Like mid-April is the last that I saw. And it keeps getting pushed back, or is it even later now? And I'm just totally wrong. Prism dropped 4/28. There we go, Condurance. Thank you so much. So not mid-April, late April. Brian Peak, thank you so much for answering that question. Kraus Catering says, the not zone, bah ha 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 ha. Well, yes, when you show up and there is no sports card restock, it does feel like the not zone. I understand that. It's funny. It's funny. I get it. I understand the feeling. I understand missing out on all those restocks. It's the reason why I do this. It's the reason why I try to help everybody get these cards at retail price. It's because Target.com, these morning restocks, weekly or bi-weekly, however they've been doing it, it's really kind of that like big chance at getting retail cards at a decent price. Walmart, just not so much. The bots really rule those restocks, and even seeing last week's restock on Walmart.com last Wednesday, there just weren't that many products, and then Meijer marking all their products up, and then everything else in stores, it's just kind of a crapshoot, and it depends on what you get near you and depending on where you live and how many stores you have around you. But these Target.com online restocks, you guys, they're always here. You can get cards sent to your door, and if you can get them at retail price, that's what you want. And that is essentially, you can rip 4 boxes instead of 1 if you get them at retail price. So that's why everybody's trying to do it. Scott says, Optic? Talking about Optic football, I assume. We got Contenders. We got Contenders Optic coming out from football, I believe. We've got Select, Optic football. So many freaking 2021 football releases still to come out, you guys. I understand that Panini and Topps, they've kind of been set by print delays or set off by print delays, and their schedules have been kind of mangled up, but you still see Topps able to get stuff done. And off the printing press, Panini has been so delayed. And with the planning that goes into these sets, you guys, you see that it's obvious that some of these sets are put together months in advance because they're in old uniforms, and the players, like even notations that they were traded, aren't added to the cards themselves. You can just see. Like, I'm not trying to say this and disparage any of these companies. You can just see that Panini, for instance, has planned these sets or some of them months in advance, and then we still see delays on things like Prism and Optic and basically Select football. More than half of the premium football releases delayed into 2022 from 2021. That's absolutely insane. Paul Vance says no date on Optic football. Select is 5/11. So we're looking at Select football 5/11 on April 28th. We're looking at Prism football. And of course, that's just the hobby version. You're not for sure when retail's going to come out. It could be that day on some of the shelves around you. It could be the next week. It could be the week after that. So as far as retail goes, that's what we're all here trying to score. So when we talk about those products coming out, that's always hobby releases, and you just don't know exactly when those retail products are coming out. So it adds to that mystery even more. F1 blasters can be found in store. FYI, says John, talking about the F1 blasters, racing blasters that everybody is looking for, guys. People are going nuts for these F1 blasters. They look pretty cool, but apparently they can be found in store in Targets, which is a pretty sweet find. I know a lot of people are after those, so check it out, guys. Look after those F1 blasters. If you can find them, grab one and pick one up and give it a rip, especially if you're a huge racing fan, not knowing, at least me personally, that F1 cards were this popular, at least in the blaster box form. R-Stack says, thanks, Schultz, and a Najee stained glass out of a Cello and a LaMelo Genesis out of a Mega. Well, R-Stack, you just made your year, buddy. A LaMelo Genesis, man. Congratulations. That's like a car. Bro, that's huge. That's huge, man. That's why I do what I do. Congratulations. Jonathan says it's because they're printing so much. Talking about the extra delays. Well, I don't think that I can prove you wrong there. The printing runs have increased for a lot of these sets, both basketball and football. But you guys, it's not just the printing runs. The only way that Panini is muddying up all of these sets and these releases. I've talked about it since probably gosh, I'd say a year now, at least before I started doing these live streams for Target.com restocks. But one thing that we see Panini and Topps doing, but especially Panini, is like the chasing the dragon with all of these releases, month to month during a season or during a year. We're still waiting on 4 or 5 different releases. The thing is, it's really hard to chase the hits out of every single one of those. And usually when the schedule's right, unfortunately, it's not really set for Panini, and they're not able to play those marketing mind tricks on us, which, I'm not trying to blame Panini for that. Those marketing mind tricks work. What we do is we essentially, with these 40 or so football releases each year, end up chasing that hit dragon out of each release month to month. And then with a new one coming every 2 or 3 weeks, we kind of just forget about the ones that we were just chasing and then go right on to the next one. So with so many releases in football now, you guys, year to year, and with those releases now containing a ton of different colored parallels, making rainbows essentially impossible to chase. For instance, even back in 2020, Select Football, 140 plus different colored parallels. 140 plus different colored parallels. So a lot of those cards, talk about overprinting. That's a problem going on. But also, guys, the extra parallels being added, the extra colors making rainbows impossible to hit and chase, and the different releases that kind of just muddy up the waters. Those rookie cards out of $2.99 are going to be valuable, but when you got 40, 50, or 100 different types of rookie cards out of $2.99, as opposed to back in the day, you had maybe, 3 or 4 different companies printing a couple of sets a year, it really speaks to how different the hobby is in 2022. And some of the aspects are good. I love that chromium. I love all those colors. Everybody talking about, like, for instance, the Najee stained glass, and then the LaMelo Genesis. Those case hits are beautiful. But man, when the chase just sometimes sucks. So I really do understand. It is that high when you're hitting those really, really big cards. But when you're going through a rut and when you're not pulling anything, you just feel like it's a waste of time. I totally understand that. All right, guys, checking to see. Looking at the monitors on Target.com this morning, have not seen any new activity as far as a restock goes yet. Looking not only at the monitors that I'm a part of, Card Snipers, guys, go check them out. They are monitors that you do have to pay for every month, but they offer some pretty sweet services. Not only pinging in when sports cards go live on sites like Target.com and more, but consoles, all kinds of other stuff. So if you're into that, guys, check them out. They changed the way that I was able to start getting sports cards and really allow me to help you as well in the mornings looking for cards on Target.com. But unfortunately, this morning, we are not seeing not only on the monitors, but on the Target tracker, which is being a little slow this morning. Super weird. But no new products in stock. Nothing going in stock on the back end, showing up on the monitors saying that it's just ready to load or anything like that. Nothing new coming down the pipe yet, you guys. Unfortunately, only 9 minutes into the hot zone, though, so it's early. We still got the whole morning to go. And shoot dang, if we don't see a restock this morning, then I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Wasim says, bruh, Schulte knows there's a restock today. He's getting his numbers up. Nick, I don't know, man. Wasim, I think I even said in my description that I was fairly sure that they would be skipping a week, or was thinking that they might be skipping a week, but you never know. Maybe I didn't say that exactly, but my point is that they're consistent with their schedule right now. Sure, every other week, Tuesdays, week to week, you kind of hope that they're going to go back to that weekly restock. You just don't know. And I'm telling you guys, as soon as you get comfortable, and as soon as you're like, oh, Schulte knows there's no restock today, he's just trying to pump his numbers up. Of course, guys, I'm always on trying to get views. Every time somebody accuses me of doing that, it's like I'll compare it to a car trying to run without gas. Like, everyone's like, oh, why are you doing stuff for views? It's like, because that's what we're doing as content creators. Freaking duh. But I've told you guys time and again that the change-ups from Target happen. And as soon as we get comfortable with the schedule that they've gone and they've set, they're going to change it up, and then we got to change it up with them. So I can't just sit there and say, all right, guys, They're going to restock every other Tuesday. We just chill. So it really is important to understand how this works and how the chances at these cards, it's super frustrating because okay, they're going to restock on this day. At least you think that they're going to do that, and then you wake up and then they don't, and then you just think, okay, you know what, I'm either going to sleep in because I know the day, or I'm just going to wake up that one day, and then you end up sleeping in on the day that it actually is. So, thank you, WN Espinant, joining as a Chrome member. Welcome to the Schulte fam. WM Espinant, man. Thank you so much, you guys. And speaking of Schulte members, we do have a giveaway coming up on the channel. Mosaic Basketball Megas from Walmart and Target with a chance at those Peacocks. Going to be given away on the channel. I know I scheduled it for today, but guys, I will be brutally honest. I am beat. I got about an hour and a half of a nap in, and I just don't think I'm going to have the energy after making sure that the 502 Frank March Madness battle, which I'm so excited to post that video, guys. That bracket, I am in a battle against Hitman Rips coming up here. 502 Frank put together that entire March Madness bracket, and excited to be a part of that. But I got to make sure that video is up later today, so I think I got to push the member giveaway to tomorrow, because I do have to get some sleep, and I can't just function on coffee and ho-hos and pizza and donuts from Dunkin'. Just can't do it. I wish I could. Dan says Schulte is for the people. Respect it, man. I appreciate that, man. Steve Piero says, caress that like, everybody. Heck yeah, guys. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. Please do that. Check out the member giveaway tiers. We got $4.99. The Refractor tier is a cello giveaway tier every single month, and we're giving away a Mosaic basketball cello, a Mosaic football cello. Got a Prism draft pick cello as well. That's football, of course. And then for the mega tiers, I just said, we do have a couple of Mosaic basketball megas from either store, both an Excel and an MJ Holdings version, as well as another mega that I haven't quite decided on yet. So excited to get everybody a chance at pulling one of those Peacocks in that tier of member for Schulte's card pulls. Excited for all y'all's to do that tomorrow. I know once again I said that I scheduled that today, and I apologize, but I will be moving that tomorrow. Just too tired. Just too dang tired. Jonathan Amaya says, what box did you pick, Schulte? Talking about the giveaway, or excuse me, not the giveaway, but the 502 Frank March Madness bracket battle. I picked Mosaic, baby. Mosaic. What else was I going to pick? Mosaic Basketball Mega Box, chance at a Peacock. And that is because the limit is for the first round for that bracket. It's $100 or less. So putting that one out today, and we'll see what happens. We will see exactly who wins that battle. Kyle says, hey, Schulte, any group breaks on your website this week? Hey, Kyle, yeah, I'm going to be posting some group breaks probably tomorrow. Just got to make sure I'm able to finalize the product list and everything. And I know I have some stuff still coming in the mail, so I really don't want to push off another break again. Like to have it scheduled and then just be able to do it. So yes, Kyle, to answer your question, keep your eye out, schultescardpulls.com. I'll probably let you all know during the live stream tomorrow what I've got, and I will post it. And hopefully we can get some fun breaks going this weekend. I know that excited to pull a lot of great hits for people that participated last time, and thank you all so much. I should have gotten all your packages by now, and we can do that all again here next week. B for the EV says, good morning, bud. Thanks for the stream. Going back to bed. You are so welcome, man. I understand at this point, I don't know. I think it's maybe a little too early to go back to bed. Maybe wait 15 more minutes, beat to the EV, but I appreciate it, brother. Usually by this time, we have seen, I get it. We have seen a backload of products, but you never know. You just never know. Pack Attack Jackpot says, is the 502 bracket basketball only? I believe that it is basketball only. Pretty much all you can do is basketball. That's kind of the idea. It's like a comparison to the March Madness college basketball bracket. So basketball only, but the cool thing is that you can pick any box that is a basketball related box, whether it be a hobby box, a subscription box, a retail box. We just have price tiers that we have to be limited under for each specific round. And it's a pretty cool competition. I really appreciate 512 Frank for putting it together. And I appreciate him even more for including me in it. I'm humbled the fact that he considered me a cool enough sports card channel to include in that competition. I just, dude, thank you if you're watching this. And if somebody else sees this and knows him, pass that on to him. Because, oh my goodness, cool dude, for sure. Appreciate you very, very much. Pack Attack Jackpot asking how my vacation was. It was amazing. Very excited. I was in Honolulu for about 4 days total. 2 days there for my wife's work, and then we just extended the trip a couple of days, and it was just relaxing. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you haven't been to Hawaii in the winter, or if you haven't been to Hawaii at all, best time to go is during the winter because it's a solid 80 degrees, and there is no extra high humidity because being near or on the equator, you get that extra hot sun. But oh my goodness, it was a gorgeous weekend. Happy to be back, all rested. But I'll tell you what, man, the rest goes away pretty quickly when you come back from a long flight and then you take like an hour and a half nap and then you're up again working. It's like, all right, we're back on the grind, baby. Let's go. All day, does anyone know what dropped in the middle of the night last night? Talking about sports cards on Target.com dropping in the middle of the night. I haven't seen anything. I apologize if I don't know what you're referring to, but I did not see anything dropping in the middle of the night. But please let me know if I missed something because I'd be happy to be corrected on that, guys. Ooh, EDU says I just pulled a... Ooh, sorry, guys. The chat jumped on me. EDU says I just pulled a Justin Field orange reactor off a hanger. Refractor, off a hanger. There you go, EDU. Congratulations. I can only assume you're talking Mosaic Football. That is a sick pull. That is a sick pull, no doubt. Oh, Pack Attack Jackpot says, I know, that's why I was asking. RGL did football. Well, then no, then I'm absolutely wrong. If RGL did football, then you could do whatever you wanted then. Totally wrong, you guys. I think it's just whatever sport you wanted to do and the most valuable card wins. So totally wrong about the basketball limitations in the bracket for the March Madness 502 Frank competition that he put together. But still super fun either way. Sport choice unlimited, essentially. What a cool way to do that. So I'm excited for my video to come out. Excited to see exactly what Hitman pulled as well. Pat Oregon sports cards. Oh my goodness, dude. Thank you so much. $9.99 super chat. You are too generous with that, brother. You guys shoot me in the heart every time you do that. Even if no restock today, woke up to email from PSA that my Wander Franco Series 1 rookie card foil got a PSA 10. Pop 2 now. Also, Sports Room Channel went live today, a $2,500 rip of 2018 NFL Prism. Check it. Pat Oregon sports cards. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Super generous of you. And I will check out the Sports Room, a really awesome local card shop, you guys. Really great prices, really good products, and run by a really good dude, Chris and his wife. And Beaverton, Oregon, just a little west of Portland, Oregon, and gonna go check out their YouTube channel. Appreciate you, Pat Oregon sports cards. The Sports Room, local card shop, now has a YouTube channel. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Joel says there have been multiple Rookies and Stars hanger blaster drops over the past week, all midday. Okay, I understand. Yeah, talking about those random Rookies and Stars, kind of sprinkle it in those drops, which you do see with some of the kind of mid-tier products that are a bit sought after, but not like, I mean, Rookies and Stars longevity boxes, everybody wants to get their hands on, but the Rookies and Stars hangers and blasters, because everybody sees those big hits out of longevity boxes, they kind of, if they can't get their hands on the longevity stuff, they try to get those boxes as well. So sprinkling the different restocks in of those blasters and hangers makes sense. And that is usually Target's game, and that is usually what they do. Oh, Yummy said, no 502 said basketball only. Oh, my bad. Oh, I appreciate it, you guys. See, that just goes to show you. I just taped my video and went with it. I was obviously on vacation, so was a little bit out of sight, out of mind. So I appreciate y'all correcting me on that. I have not seen any of the videos from the competition yet. A little hard to watch videos online when you're up in the air for more than half the day. But I will catch up later today. So Jacob asking, what time is an estimated target restock? Eastern time. So we're looking at 4 to 4:50 a.m. for the hot zone West Coast time. So East Coast time, 7 to 7:50. Essentially, we're doing, at this point, it seems to be every other Tuesday, you guys. We can go back and I can show you the last restock, actually the last 2 restocks on Target.com here on the sports card drop calendar. And you see that every single time sports cards are dropped, they are backloaded in usually the first 10 or 15 minutes of the 4 o'clock hour, which that's Pacific time. So you're looking at 7 a.m. East Coast time. And then you see the drop actually starting just after 4:30 a.m. Pacific time, which is 7:30 a.m. East Coast time. So I hope that kind of helps you nail that down. So East Coast time, 7:30, 7 to 7:30-ish. But the hot zone runs 7 to 7:50. And then Central, 6 to 6:50. Mountain time, 5 to 5:50. Pacific, 4 to 4:50. Hawaii time, super, super early. You could actually pretty much just stay up because Hawaii is 2 hours behind the West Coast. So if y'all are in Hawaii, you're looking at getting up or just kind of staying up until 2 a.m. and hoping for that restock to happen. $4:22 Pacific time, you guys. Nothing happening so far on Target.com this morning. Appreciate everybody checking in, though. Smash that like button if you have not. It does help me feed 2 kitties named Pikachu and Eevee. And a bunch of stuff happening in the sports card hobby and sports in general this weekend. We can talk about all of it as we wait for cards to drop on Target.com. I'm sure y'all had a better weekend than Calvin Ridley for the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, my goodness. Suspended for the entire 2022 season for betting on NFL games for a chunk of time in late November while he was off on personal leave, which is, I must say, while you're off on personal leave and you're a player in the NFL, and he did bet on the Atlanta Falcons, they actually listed out, at least from what I saw, I didn't see these specific complete parlays, but they listed out he bet on like a 3-team, an 8-team, and another team, another parlay. But Calvin Ridley, NFL wide receiver, if you have not heard, suspended for the entire 2022 season for betting on NFL games. Me versus me, says Schultz. Woo, good morning, good sir. How are you, man? Tabletop Geeks is going live tomorrow then, Schultz. Absolutely, guys. If there is no restock today, then I will be hoping for a restock tomorrow on Target.com. I'll be going live tomorrow morning, and I'll be going live tomorrow evening with my giveaway for the members of Schultz's Card Pulls. Appreciate the extra loyal members of the Schultz fam. Got some mega boxes, got some cello packs to give away. And just for showing up, per usual, I'll have some stuff to give away for everybody in the chat as well. So make sure you show up. And like I said, I appreciate Kyle asking earlier, Kyle T asking about some breaks being posted. I will be posting those tomorrow on the website. Just have to finalize exactly what I got and make sure that I will have everything by this weekend. CF says pulled 2 Genesis from Target Megas, but have not seen a Peacock yet. Missed out on longevity. Target sent 5 Mosaic Basketball Megas instead. Had to return already had basketball. Dang, Steve. Yeah, I heard that, guys. Some people, instead of getting the Rookies and Stars longevity boxes, they were getting Mosaic Basketball Megas, which is, I mean, I don't know. I guess it just depends on what you're a fan of or what you really wanted to rip. The Rookies and Stars boxes kind of give a massive chance at some pretty sweet hits. Those longevity ones do, so I understand the frustration if you didn't get those. I in my opinion, yeah, I'd probably be upset. I don't think I'd return my Mosaic Basketball Megas if you're just like, I need that money for something else, and I didn't intend on buying extra basketball cards. I understand why you'd want to return them, but man, that just sucks. That either way, that sucks. And that's frustrating. I would definitely be wanting those Rookies and Stars longevity boxes instead of those Mosaic Basketball Megas. Chances at Peacocks, no doubt. Scott R says, NFL is built on gambling. You are not wrong, which is why the integrity of the game has to be there. Can't have players betting, not only on games, but obviously beyond that on their own teams. That's what Calvin Ridley did. Betting on the Atlanta Falcons in some or all of his parlays from the story. And it just looks bad. If you're doing it, like while you're playing, I kind of figure that like guys are doing that already. But when you say that you're like taking some time to go on leave for a few days, and I think it was from what the story said, this was quoted ESPN.com, Adam Schefter, that it was a mental health leave. So you're trying to chill, you're trying to take your mind off the game, but then you throw some money in on the game. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And it's I think it makes the story extra frustrating, and it kind of solidifies the NFL suspending a guy for the entire season. You just can't do that. You can't do that. Can't do that at all. Did they release longevity boxes again, says Ryan Thomas? I have not seen longevity boxes since the initial stock. It was a couple weeks ago. First time we saw longevity boxes, the only time, on February 15th. So now we're looking at a 3-week timeline or so since we saw longevity boxes last. Super Base is waiting patiently for a drop, but not feeling it today. Yeah, I hear you, man, as we tick by every extra minute here in this 4 o'clock hour Pacific time, going to 4:27 Pacific time right now. The feeling kind of goes away that you think that there could be a chance at a restock. But like I said, you guys, I'll be here today. I'll be here tomorrow. If there's not a restock, we can hope and we can pray, and we will go through this ride together until we get our next sports card restock. Bankhead is back, says, smash that like button, bros. I appreciate you, Bankhead is back. Yeah, please do, you guys, smash that like button. It really does help. Helps me feed a couple kitties named Pikachu and Eevee, but it also does send this out to a ton of people on YouTube. Lets YouTube know that y'all appreciate what you're watching, and then they'll send it out to even more people, and the community will be huge. And I will say, guys, you know, everyone's like, oh, Jordan, you're trying to get views. You're darn right, guys. I got a decade plus experience covering news and sports locally and on the national level. Produced radio shows, hosted radio shows, been a news anchor, and have a ton of experience in this field, you guys. And I want to be one of the voices going forward in the hobby, as I believe it's going to grow, guys. Once Fanatics, I know that they've already kind of taken over Topps officially because they bought them out, which I kind of figured was going to happen. But wait till 2025, you guys, or even 2024. I truly believe that there are even bigger things coming for the hobby, and we're going to see some extra special things coverage-wise, involvement in the sports themselves-wise. There's going to be all kinds of new things that are going to attract not only new fans, but make us current collectors just go nuts. So keep an eye out. I want to be leading y'all in this community along the way as the hobby innovates itself and changes and goes to a trajectory that we've never seen. I'm excited. I'm excited for all y'all to be a part of that, and excited to be a part of that myself. All right, guys. Still checking those monitors on Target.com. I am here hoping for a restock on Target.com, not just trying to fill the air, talking words about sports and sports betting and players getting suspended for the NFL season. Calvin Ridley for betting on games in 2022. I mean, we could talk about Greg Popovich tying Don Nelson, all-time winningest head coach in the NBA. Pretty cool. That happening last night. That's kind of more of just a nostalgia thing. I mean, Greg Popovich, you guys, one of the best coaches of all time. And if you are an NBA fan that is my age, or maybe even just slightly younger, you remember the amazing Spurs teams of the 2000s into the 2010s, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, and then obviously even the late 90s with David Robinson on that team as well, the Admiral. Bruce Bowen, defensive specialist. So many guys. Robert Horry, late in his career, coming off the bench after playing with the Lakers and winning championships with them. Man, Robert Horry, Blazer killer, but just hit a three whenever his team seems to need it. So I know I sound old talking about that team, but Greg Popovich, good to see that he is going to be, I mean, he always has been among the NBA greats, but for him to be with his name at the top of the coaching profession, winning-wise, or all-time winningest-wise, it makes you as a sports fan, those are the kinds of things that make you smile. You know, romanticism in sports happens a lot, maybe a little bit too much, but these moments you got to romanticize. You got to love it, and you got to appreciate a guy like Greg Popovich and what he's done for the game of basketball and what he's done. I mean, he's made us want to collect more cards in general. Seriously. A lot of Spurs fans still looking for that Tony Parker auto. Probably find it pretty easy at a card show now. James Osnukas is nagging Avery Johnson. Yes. Love it. Big shot, Bob. Andrew says, what's your take on this year's new NBA Don Russ cards? I've seen a couple of hobby boxes ripped on the new NBA Don Russ cards. It seems that the inserts are pretty cool. The design for 2022 is a bit better than 2021, in my opinion. I thought the border was just way too big. So I like them a little bit better than last year, essentially. But Don Russ, you guys, I'm kind of a chromium, freak. So, of course, Tabletop Geek says Coach K. Schultz. Can't forget about Coach K, guys. Mike Krzyzewski ending his career, at least regular season career, as Duke's coach. The best college basketball coach of all time up there. I would assume, guys, with maybe there's like John Wooden. There's Mike Krzyzewski. Is there anybody else in that realm? I don't think that you can consider anybody else up in that realm. Anyways, guys, 4:32 Pacific time. Still haven't seen any restocks happening on Target.com. Charles559 says, wait, what happened with Fanatics? Talking about Fanatics recently, just talking about them in a couple of years taking over the sports card hobby. How that is going to be a thing, and that will change the game, change the way that we collect sports cards. I believe that there will be sports card talk shows. There's going to be a sports card network just like VSiN. For sports betting, you guys, there's going to be all kinds of different coverage involving sports cards and sports themselves intertwined, and it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Jonathan says John Wooden. That's it. John Wooden and Mike Krzyzewski. That's pretty much it. And then you got the other guys like just below them, like Lute Olson, those long tenured guys, coaching teams forever, winning a championship along the way. Highly respected, but I don't know. We could talk about paying players and stuff like that. I know there's somebody that could chime in with that. That's a whole nother conversation. We're just talking about wins on the court. But yes. Mr. Cards 305 says Gino Arrieta. And Nick N says Big Shot Rob. Big Shot Bob, baby. Robert Ory, Blazer Killer. Dean Smith, Izzo. I think Krzyzewski and Wooden are above them. And then you got all of those other guys like Lute Olson, like Izzo. I think that there's, yes, Bobby Knight. I don't know. Could Bobby Knight be considered in that top tier with Mike Krzyzewski and John Wooden? Does the controversy around him make him unable to be considered one of those like ultra super amazing guys in college basketball coaching? What do you think? Dean Smith for sure. Jim Boeheim. CNC Cards talking Phil Jackson. Well, did Phil Jackson, we're talking, I guess we did talk about NBA head coaches earlier with Greg Popovich, but we're more so talking like college coaches. Now, of course, Phil Jackson's one of the greatest NBA head coaches of all time, if not, championships-wise, is the greatest. Come on, that's obvious. Can't have an NBA head coach conversation without Phil Jackson, but we're talking that college basketball coaches. So, Jim Calhoun, Rick Pitino, yes. Rick Pitino, despite all of the controversy surrounding Rick Pitino, very good college basketball coach, terrible NBA head coach, man. Rick Pitino, go back and Google Rick Pitino Celtics if you want to laugh or two. Wow, ruined that organization by signing a lot of different guys for like huge contracts for like 4 or 5 years, got nothing out of them, ended up trading them later for nobody. Just wrecked the Boston Celtics. Absolutely wrecked them in the late 90s. David B. asking, hey, Schultz, did Best Buy ever release those hangers, Mosaic football hangers he's talking about? And I'm not sure, guys. I did not see Mosaic football hangers get released, but I could be wrong. Maybe I missed them. Wasim says, Schulte, do you accept my apology for my comment earlier? You know I mean well. Of course, Wasim. I accept your apology, man. Are you kidding me? You're not, Wasim. You're always kind. You're never really like digging at me and getting personal like some of the stupid haters that chime in during some of these morning restocks or hopes for restocks during these live streams. So, no, I appreciate you, Wasim. Of course, I accept your apology, man. Manuel Martinez asking me, what is your opinion on us being in a new junk wax era? Quality is better. The production numbers are high for all cards. And so we're looking at print runs higher than we've ever seen, essentially, is what Manuel is saying. And he's not wrong. And if you got to ask my opinion on that, it is something that I think that Panini, Topps for sure has done. And Panini, it's unfortunate because one thing that I really do applaud Topps for doing is putting odds on their boxes. And guys, sorry, the target tracker here just being super funky this morning. Not able to see anything popping up yet. Really weird. We'll get that sorted out with another refresh here in just a second. But anyways, one thing I really love Topps for is putting odds on their boxes. So, and you've seen Scotty B do this. If you haven't watched Scotty B's YouTube channel, go watch it, you guys. A really cool way to figure out what print runs are. Essentially, you can kind of check out those odds and do the math backwards, figuring out how many roughly of a set there are by like taking, you know, like a base parallel and dividing it by a couple of things and then timesing it by the number of different boxes. And there's a lot of math involved, but Panini essentially doesn't allow you to do that because they don't print odds on the boxes. They just tell you that stuff is labeled 49 down to 1, or there's rookie autos, or there's this or that and the other thing in the boxes, but no odds and no chance for you to understand what kind of print runs are out there for Panini. And it's frustrating because even now the departed executive for Panini, Tracy Hackler, he's gone. He left. But back on Sports Card Investors, one Christmas ago, talked about how nobody really wants to know the print runs for like a Silver Prism Parallel because there's probably too many. And that is a red flag. And what that means is that Panini knows what they're doing. And when they're talking out of one side of their mouth saying, well, we don't want another junk wax era, we don't want to overprint, but then they're making us chase 40 different plus releases of NFL cards and NBA cards every single year and adding different colored parallels to those sets and increasing the different numbered parallels within those sets. It's obvious what they're doing. They can't deny it. And it is a money grab to a certain point. So Manuel, my take on that is that it is happening and that hopefully with Fanatics taking over, it will be fixed. Tommy Two Dimes says, just scored boxes of Don Russ from BJ's. Not too shabby. There we go, Tommy. BJ's, big box warehouse store, just like Costco, essentially, or Sam's Club. And they do include sports cards sometimes in their product selection, you guys. Way more than Sam's or Costco. But a great chance to see those there. Man, super frustrated about this target tracker. Just no products coming up this morning. Maybe I just need to like run something else. Let's try to search for sports cards and see what comes up. Target's being funky and slow, you guys. Not sure what's going on this morning. But we are 11 minutes away from the hot zone ending. Looking less and less likely with each minute passing that there will be a restock on Target.com, but we never know. Never know. Michael says you can sign up for a day pass for free. Good stuff. Yeah. Michael says BJ's is a store just like Costco. Yeah, guys, a big box warehouse store essentially that takes out the middleman and you can buy stuff in bulk. But they offer sports cards online and in store. Really, really cool. I saw a bunch of Don Russ football blaster boxes, a lot of different pictures in my Discord. Go check that out, guys. Free Discord with a community of over 1,300 sports card fans talking to each other every single week, telling each other about restocks near them, talking about the hits, making trades, all kinds of stuff. Really, really great community in there. It is free. check out my Discord. The link is down in the description for that below if you want to join that community. But yeah, it's just cool to see. Even at a store like BJ's, you got Donruss football blasters back in the fall. Now we're seeing some more Donruss basketball popping up as we see Donruss basketball retail starting to sprinkle around stores. So excited to see that. Excited to get some more basketball cards for 2022 finally. And I'll be honest, I'm not the hugest fan of like hoops regular cards. So the fact that we're actually starting to see those regular 2022 basketball cards coming in more than halfway into the season. We were talking about late releases from Panini with 2021 football going into 2022, but happening with basketball too. Miguel Teese's Xbox drop in some places, talking about different BJs. There you go. That's good stuff, man. It's good information, you guys. All right, there. We do see some stuff available. All right, guys. We are 9 minutes away from the hot zone expiring. Unfortunately, like I just said, looking less and less likely that we're going to see a restock this morning on Target.com. Do me a favor, y'all. You got almost 1,000 of y'all watching right now. Smash that like button, please. Just takes you a second. It really does help me out more than you know. I really do live and die on people hitting that like button and watching the videos, because you know how that YouTube algorithm works. It just it sends y'all who they think you want to watch, and hopefully that is me, and it continues to be me. And really would help if you smash that like button for me, guys. I appreciate it. Beast in the Beauty Breaks says Donruss baseball got pushed back a month this year as well. I'm not surprised, man. They're pushing everything else back, so why not? Poké Fun says Fanatics Chronicles Megas up on Fanatics. Talking about Chronicles Basketball. Yeah, I do believe that Chronicles Basketball Megas, which have, I think it's teal parallels exclusive to those Fanatics boxes, are still in stock. So if you wanted to grab some basketball cards and you were looking, it's a small chance, but it's a chance at a LaMelo Ball auto out of one of those Fanatics boxes. You grab those Chronicles Megas. I believe they're running $59.99 on Fanatics.com. Actually, I have a link down to Fanatics in the description below. Richards to spend over $400 on Topps Chrome, not one auto. Shaking my head. Yeah, Richard, that's frustrating. And when you spend, I'm assuming you're talking about retail. When you spend $400 on a bunch of retail like that, you're just like, well, shoot, I should have just bought a hobby box, which I think the Chrome hobby boxes are going for around $200 in your local hobby shop right now. So you could have bought 2 hobby boxes. I understand the frustration there. Thanks, Prophet Montana. Says I smashed the like button on both my accounts. Bang, bang, Schultze gang. Appreciate it, Prophet. Yes, that is our hit phrase, you guys. During our breaks, we have come up with our hit phrase. It's a bang, bang for the Schultze gang. I know that's cheesy as hell. Some people in here will just laugh their booties off at it, but you know what? I like cheesy. I'm good with it. I am cheesy, so I'll roll with it. Football is king, says Condurance. I mean, you're not wrong. Me versus me, says Schultze. Do you think there's a better way to judge videos algorithmically? I mean, they're the YouTube algorithm, I find, is like really good at sometimes and really bad at sometimes, but I am no expert on the YouTube algorithm, that's for sure. I just go from my personal experience. Like, it really does at sometimes predict the next video that I want to watch and puts it in front of me, but then at other times it is just so off and so wrong. So I would say that the algorithm could do better, but it's been constantly improving for the past like 15 years. So, and YouTube really has been trying to step up like their help with creators. They seem to actually be answering specific questions as opposed to just kind of pointing to guidelines. So I appreciate that. So YouTube really is trying to help every creator out there. You know, it's just whether or not at some point it is a little bit of luck, and it is whether or not you're going to get watched over and over by people at a very, very small clip, and YouTube sees that small clip and decides that that small clip is valuable enough to send you out to a bigger audience, and then so on and so forth, and that kind of gets repeated. That's kind of how the algorithm works. Beast of the Beauty Break says, it's sick how money-hungry Topps got with upping the prices on all their products by 25%. Yeah, Beast and the Beauty, but you got to understand, man, there was no, I understand with the hobby prices, you guys, you're not wrong. Hobby box prices went insane during the sports card bubble, going crazy, and I understand that. You're not wrong about the hobby boxes, but retail boxes, guys, how long have blaster boxes been $20? I mean, we're talking 10 plus years, maybe even 15 plus that blaster boxes have been $20. So inflation had to hit sports cards at some point. We've been seeing cello packs, sitting at the $10 level. The blaster boxes sitting at cello packs, I guess, were the $5 level for a bit. But when you see hangers that were, $10 to $12 to $14 for years, and blasters that were $20 for years, it's not surprising to see those prices go up. So I understand about the hobby. I totally agree that the hobby prices went nuts. But retail, it's more understandable that these prices have gone up because it was just inevitable. You can't go that long without raising the price on a certain product. K-Melt's Cards asking what my real name is. Jordan. My first name is Jordan, brother. That is my first name. Jordan. Jordan Schultz. Myko. What's going on, man? Love to see Myko in the chat. Brian says, Schultz, you're the best. See you tomorrow, man. No drop today. Got to get ready for work. I've been buying graded cards each week. That is where it's at. A lot of the market seems to be shifting away from raw cards and buying graded cards. So you're not alone in that, man. A lot of people have been kind of losing the patience with kind of waiting for the raw cards to get sent off to PSA for a super high fee. I know PSA has done really, really good lately at offering some lower tier options. The $100 option is there. And you can get in, if you have a membership, I believe you can get in for a $50 option as well on, it's like certain submission times, though, and you kind of get picked in like a lottery. But they have done a better at offering that up. But yeah, people just kind of tired of wasting their time doing that. And just buying the buying the graded cards instead of the raw cards. Stevie says, great name, Schulte. That's my English Bulldog's name. That's awesome, man. I love it, Stevie Stacks. Yeah, Jordan, my mom picked out when she was a kid. She picked out both my sister and I's names and ended up working. Both are kind of unisex, Jordan and Spencer. So Spencer's a girl, my sister, and then I am the boy. And so it kind of works either way. She was like, it doesn't matter, boy, girl, boy, girl. I'm naming them Jordan and Spencer. She picked those early. Chad says, you think $30 for rookies and stars hangers is fair? No. Secondary market price on rookies and stars hangers right now? No. In a year? Yes, that will be a fair price. You guys, you gotta consider. I mean, when we're talking about fair prices, you do have to break apart current year retail with past year retail because you can't find 2020 Prism football anywhere anymore. You got to go online. You got to go to card shops that have it on their shelves or card shows. The people have it on their tables. Those are the only places that you're going to find it. It's only available for resale at that point. So, and I understand, guys, I'm not trying to condescend to anybody. There are a lot of people here that understand that, but there are a lot of new people in the hobby that, want to learn about the price fluctuation of items and what should be available and what isn't and why it isn't available. I mean, my philosophy on retail sports cards is that everybody should have a chance to get retail sports cards and get their hands on retail sports cards that wants them in the current year for retail price. After that, we're all kind of on their own, and it is a free-for-all at that point. And you can't after a product has hit the shelf for a month or two or three or even four, or in the case of like Prism basketball, 6, 7, or 8, or 9 plus. If it's been available on the shelves for a while, and then you obviously see it drift away like you do everything else, you can't be mad that it will eventually go up in price. That's just kind of how sports cards work. But the current year retail products, you guys, I truly believe everybody should get those for retail cost. Justin White says, see you next week, Schulte. Always appreciate the early morning hustle. I appreciate you, Justin. Thanks a lot, man. All right, guys, the hot zone expiring 4:50 Pacific time. Unfortunately, we're not seeing a sports card restock this morning on Target.com. I'm sure a lot of you are going to head out. And if you do, please smash that like button on your way out. But stick around. I'll be on for another 20 minutes or so answering questions and trying to help people get their hands on sports cards. In other ways, we do have a chance. Hey, I'll be back live tomorrow. We got a chance at a Wednesday restock on Walmart.com. I'll be at Really, really low chance to score for manual users because the bots do so well, but it is a chance. I always like to get ready and see if I can score boxes on Walmart.com for their restocks every single week. So I highly recommend you guys, especially on the weeks that Target doesn't restock, that you do try to grab those products on Walmart.com as well. Oh, David, I appreciate you, man. David B says, enjoyed your break the other day, Schulte. Awesome time, brother. I'm so glad, man. I hope, David, I think should have gotten your cards by now. If not, they are in the mail and probably close to your mailbox. So I appreciate you very, very much, man. Wani says, definitely seeing more available on the shelves these past couple months. Yeah, Beast in the Beauty says, I understand that. The hobby got ridiculous. I mean, opening day, a kid product is now $70 a hobby box, up from $45 last year. That's crazy. Beast in the Beauty, that's nuts. That's nuts. See, when we're talking about a product that's, kind of geared towards kids, that's really weird. You don't understand the price gouging there. That doesn't make sense. I don't understand that. Gio, what's going on, man? Says, I'm a little late guessing. No drop. Unfortunately, no drop, Gio. I apologize. Apologize indeed, man. And I saw a couple of people congratulating Scott. And I missed what for, so I apologize on that. All Beast in the Beauty breaks, man. Too generous of you. A $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. I agree with the retail side going up at opening day. Kids product went from $45 to $70 a box. That is ridiculous. No, I do agree, Beast in the Beauty. I can't disagree with that, man. Yeah, those products that are geared towards trying to get those kids into the hobby, when you price gouge those, it's stupid. Oh, you're so welcome, David. Yeah, did get it. Says, thanks for the pack. Absolutely, guys. I do try. If you do buy into my breaks and you don't necessarily get a great team, or you don't necessarily get a bunch of cards, or many at all, I like to send you a free, hopefully a pack to rip. Maybe you can pull something. It's just another chance at a hit, essentially. Provid Montana says, note to everyone, I'm in Florida and have been a fan of SGC until last week. I walked into Walmart in Boca Raton and saw 3 SGC employees clearing out the shelves. That wasn't cool at all. Man, that sucks. Guys in their SGC shirts just clearing out shelves. That sucks. All right, guys. Yeah, I'll be on again tomorrow morning. And, of course, like I mentioned a couple of times, I will be on tomorrow evening as well with the sick giveaway. Bunch of mega boxes, Mosaic basketball style, and all kinds of cello packs available up for giveaway for Schulte's members tomorrow night as well. Oh, Michael says he's having a girl. Congratulations, Scott. That is awesome, man. Oh, that's so cool. Scott, congrats. Oh, Tommy Two Dimes, thank you so much for the kind words, man. Says, thanks for all you do, bro. Love listening to you, whether there's a drop or not. Have a great day. You as well, Tommy. Hopefully see you back tomorrow morning, man. No restock this morning. And obviously, if there is no restock this morning, we're probably not going to see a restock this week. But like I say, you guys, you never know. And I'm hoping that I will be ready and I will be there for y'all when and if Target decides to change it up. So we'll be live tomorrow morning and hoping for a restock tomorrow morning as well. James, what's going on, man? It says, good morning, Jordan. You mentioned you can answer some questions. I'm launching a break group. Where do you suggest the best prices on hobby boxes? Also, how do you feel about plugging on your platform? Well, James, my Discord, essentially, I don't allow self-promotion like on my platform in Discord, but like on YouTube, if you're on here in the chat and you want me to promote your break or whatever, absolutely. Like Discord, that's my audience, and I've worked my arse off to build that audience, so I hope you can understand why I'd be a little protective of that and kind of just that's for me. But if you're on here and you're the live stream and you want to promote yourself, man, I'd be happy to do that for you, and I'd be happy to help you out. As far as hobby box prices, that's tough, man. I think you kind of just got to look and see of all the online retailers like Steel City or DA Cards. A lot of them offer sales at different times, so you can score really good prices. You can find deals from card shops as well. I mean, if you're just starting breaks like that, I would encourage you, James, kind of just to try and hustle different locations and different places to see what is the best price that you can find, because it's going to be different if you're maybe located in a specific location, or if you're rural and you can only get stuff online, that's kind of what you're limited to. So I would encourage you to check out multiple avenues and compare prices yourself, because even it really is different. It really is different for everybody. Even if you're like watching somebody else that says they get their cards at this price, like you living in a different part of the country could get them for $20 less because your hobby shop is selling them for $20 less a box, brother. Oh, thanks. Beast in the Beauty Break says, all right, my friend. Great live as normal. See you Wednesday. Appreciate it, man. See you tomorrow. Be on for another 14 minutes or so. Scott says, I miss our good old pal Otis. Yeah, I miss Otis too, man. I miss their paycheck also. Otis was awesome. Otis, man, really great company, actually. The only company that I've done business with that hasn't either pulled the rug out from under me or just left me in a lurch. I mean, Otis paid their check. They did what they said that they were going to do. And in my opinion, are actually really, really good company. And so they're not even just paying me to say that. So I would say go check them out, guys. Go check Otis out. Say that for free. Thanks, Tommy. Says, have a great day, Schulte. Appreciate you, man. You have a good one as well. Mark says, I see the SGC guys at Starbucks, Wendy's every once in a while. I work right around the corner from them. That Boca Walmart is a tough one to find stuff. Very tough, always empty. Yeah, frustrating when you see a certain Walmart that, gets restocked, but there's always dudes there right as stuff is getting put on the shelves, and you're just never going to find it. And it is frustrating for all the other regular Joes that are looking for those cards. And as I've heard many times, they just never seem to find them because all those people that are regularly buying up all those boxes are always there as the restock starts. James says, that's awesome. Thank you. Please follow at Breaks, Trades, and Sales with O-Dog. There you go, James. Follow Breaks, Trades, and Sales with O-Dog. Check him out, brother. Wayne says, Grand Slam Collectibles is the best online LCS located in Tennessee. You'll thank me. Nice to see the front page. Cheapest in the game. Thanks for the recommendation, Wayne. Appreciate it. Good stuff. What time do drops usually go live? Asks Steven. We usually see, so the hot zone runs 4 to 4:50, so we usually see the initial backload of products happening right around 4 to 4:15 in the morning. We have seen it a bit earlier, but that is usually the time that we're seeing it. And then the drop will start. The products will go live or start to go live one by one in stock at about 4:30 or just after that. So that's why, and this is all Pacific time. That's why we kind of give like this hot zone window, which JR Sports created that term. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing well in college. But we live on waiting in the hot zone every single week here on Schulte's Card Pulls. And yeah, so that first 15 minutes after 4 a.m. Pacific time, usually when you see those products going online, not in stock yet, but the indicator that we're going to see those products drop. And then right after 4:30 or so is when those products actually drop. Thanks, Wayne. Says, you all have a great day, family. See you again tomorrow morning, Schulte. Heck yeah, Wayne. I appreciate you, brother. The HRE says, not only dudes, but dudes on the phone, they ain't collecting. They are buying everything to price gouge. Yeah, that's true, man. That's absolutely true, guys. No doubt. And Joel asking each Walmart about their process. My Walmart has folks line up at 6:30 on restock days, and then you can go back in line after your limit until it's gone. Yeah, that's the thing. Different stores have different process, and it's not like a uniform way to get cards, in every location. So it's different. It's frustrating. And one success story won't guarantee success somewhere else. As weird as that sounds, and as much as people want to say, like, you're wrong, Jordan, it's like, unfortunately, it just sucks because all these stores, it's like the wild, wild west out there. There is no set policy that they're following. And especially since the sports card bubble has kind of popped a little bit, some of these stores have just allowed people to grab whatever they want off the shelves again. They've dropped the limits. Some stores have put limits into place even since the bubbles popped. So it just depends on where you live, man. It's hard to predict, and it's really frustrating, I know. And I wish that I had an exact blueprint for people to follow. And I think it is. It's probably time for me to make an updated video on how to find retail sports cards. I think that the blueprint is there for going to your local store or stores, because Barnes and Noble, Cracker Barrel, tons of other stores do. Rite Aids, Walgreens do contain sports cards and get sports cards on the regular. It's the chances are there, but like I'm saying, it's convoluted and it is tough at sometimes to follow exactly how to be successful, because the processes are different in every location and at every store. Logan Ham says a new card shop opened during the pandemic and just resells retail boxes. Yes, Logan, that is the kind of local card shop that I hate, and I don't think that any kind of business should be going to those shops. In fact, calling them a local card shop is a misnomer. They aren't a local card shop, in my opinion. If you're a local card shop, you have hobby box allocations. You sell not only sealed hobby boxes, but packs out of those hobby boxes, and you're willing to pretty much sell any hobby pack in that store. So that's what I think a true local card shop is. All right, guys, appreciate every single one of you hanging out this morning. Yeah, I'll be honest, it was a tough one. Was up pretty late last night, had about a 90-minute nap or so, and you can see I'm pretty sunburned. It was really fun being on Waikiki Beach, but got a big sunburn, and obviously that making me a little more tired as well, but excited to be here again. Hoping for a Target.com restock of sports cards, guys. I apologize that there was none today, but we'll be back tomorrow, hoping, and next week, hoping again. Joel says, anyhow, who needs storefronts when you have Schultz's? I appreciate you, Joel. You rock, man. I try, guys. I try to get you all that retail. Trying to get you all that retail at retail cost. Bradley says, I just rip cards in Walmart now. I've been testing the waters on doing in-store live breaks. You know, Bradley, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I've seen some people just kind of ripping cards like as they get them in the store, and it's kind of made me think, should I do that? But I would assume that at some point Walmart, which is a private business, they're not going to be okay with people taping like that. I've even been told, like, just trying to tape for my retail sports card hunts, that it's not okay and that I can't be taping and that I'm giving away proprietary information. Sure, whatever, because you even know what proprietary information is. All right, sure. YouTube says, thanks, man. Have some sleep. We will be back tomorrow. Heck yeah, buddy. I appreciate it, YouTube. Oh, I will. I'm gonna get a nap in before I gotta get this rip posted for the bracket battle with Hitman Rips put together by 502 Frank. That March Madness bracket battle, guys. Now, if you have not seen Hitman Rips' YouTube channel yet, if you haven't seen 502 Frank's YouTube channel yet, go check them all out. Go check those guys out. Go check out Chi City Polls. Go check out Run Good Life. Big old fam, a great card channels here on YouTube. Loot Box is in the March Madness bracket. I mean, we got some big channels, and once again, very humbled to be thought of as somebody that is kind of in that card content creator world with y'all. So thank you so much, man. Just super humbling, and I appreciate that. Sal says, later, everyone. Have an awesome day. Justin says, yeah, but that connection with the distributor to get hobby is tough now. You're not wrong, Justin. You're not wrong. However, I don't think that you should set up a shop selling retail just so, you can, like, do that for 2 years and keep a retail storefront open until you get hobby allocations. I don't think that's the way to do it either. And that is, pointing out a problem with the process of distribution. And you're not wrong. The distribution is ridiculous. Essentially, what they're doing, Panini and Topps, they're trying to protect the wholesale price level and make us collectors pay, the premium prices for these products, so everybody's making their dollar along the way. And they've done a great job at that. But they've almost done a little too good of a job because nobody can get their hands on allocations anymore. And allocations stopped being given out by Topps and Panini, I think, last year at some point. Brad says, the way that they have cards stacked is proprietary. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Bradley says, JK, but you've definitely helped me score retail. I appreciate you, Bradley. I'm glad, man. Pack Attack Jackpot says, I wasn't invited. Talking about the YouTube creator March Madness bracket Pack Attack. You're awesome, brother. You're awesome, man. I honestly, we needed more participants, and I didn't know anybody else was up for being in that. Sixth Rip the Ruler says RGL pulled a Monster Mac for the tournament. Thought it was basketball, but still dope as hell. Yes, it is all basketball, and that is corrected going forward. I was told even that it is supposed to be all basketball, but RGL pulling that sick Mac for the March Madness tournament. Congratulations to Run Good Life. Ooh, what a pull. What a pull indeed. Pack Attack Jackpot says RGL even called it out before he pulled that Mac Auto. It was awesome. Isn't that even better when you call your shot? That is so much fun when you call your shot. Love doing that. Pulling that Babe Ruth off, calling your shot. Love it. Brad Selden Esquire says, when is Raid Shadow Legends going to sponsor Schulte? Raid Shadow Legends, excuse me. I'd love that. Love a game or two. Company associated with games to sponsor the channel. Heck, I'd take I know that a lot of people are into investing at this point, so a lot of investing apps that could sponsor, a lot of different other sports card investment platforms as well. A lot of those are still new, but I do think that there is something to be said about those. And treating sports cards, and guys, I know a lot of people said when you just think sports cards are investments, you're crazy. But like a platform like Otis, they actually had these cards registered as securities with the SEC. So when you're buying into shares of sports cards on a platform like Otis, they most of the time, if they're doing their due diligence or the good companies that are trying not to totally screw you, this is like an actual asset registered with the government, just like you would be trading on Wall Street. So it is monitored. It is legal, and it's definitely something that I think is the future. Not for every single sports card out there, but there is a certain tier of cards that can be considered that high-end investment level card that will always be attracting people with cash. Always will. Jazzy for Days 23 says, what night do you have a break planned for this week? I'm going to be going back to Sundays with Schulte. So Sunday night is going to be when I am planning on breaking. And like I told Kyle T earlier in the live stream, I should be having exactly what boxes are available and what breaks I got posted tomorrow on SchultesCardPulls.com. So I appreciate you guys and the interest in those. We'll be back doing breaks this Sunday, and just got to figure out exactly what I've got and what my inventory is and what's going to be here in time and what's not. Tabletop Geek says, Otis needs Schulte, LOL. I love it. I think I'd be a great spokesperson for him. I actually really do like the platform, and as far as like sponsoring and companies that want to pay me to be on the channel and have me talk about them, I really try to sponsor the ones that I like and ones that I actually want to use and ones that I feel like you'd get value out of, not just pumping stuff for a buck. So Jimbo, what's going on, man? Vault Pluto asking if anything dropped. Unfortunately, no restock on Target.com this morning, you guys. No restock. But I will be back bright and early tomorrow, hoping for a restock as well. Jazzy for Days says, beautiful, works for me. Good stuff. Carrie says, Schultz, what do you think of the T-Mall B-Ball Gold and Red Waves? I actually love them. I love gold wave parallels, guys. I'm a huge gold and silver. It's such a cheap gimmick, but I love it. Gold wave parallels are always high up on my list. I love those pink parallels. I love those green parallels. I love those gold parallels. Always, always, always. But that's just my personal preference. All right, guys, getting to the end of the road this morning, 5:09 Pacific. Gotta go get some sleep. I am exhausted. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I apologize that there was not a restock on Target.com, but thank you all for hanging out. It was a fun one, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow and next week. If we don't see a sports card restock this week, hopefully we'll see another fat one coming up next Tuesday. But thanks again, everybody. Tomorrow morning and evening, I'll be live, and then a bunch more videos dropping since I'm back from vacation. Just Thankfully, was able to recharge. And a lot of stuff happening on the personal front that hopefully I can update you all on here very soon on the channel in the next month or so. Definitely have reasons for not posting as many recorded videos as I usually do, but it's good stuff. And I'll get back to posting all that recorded content like I do on the normal. All right, everybody. Thanks again. See you guys tomorrow morning. Make sure you're all safe out there. Be good to yourselves and each other. Schultz's card pulls out.